In USC, I'm Dara Khalid.
And I'm Cleopatra Shabazz. And welcome to this week's edition of Monday Night Mashup. Later, you don't want to miss an exclusive interview with student government vice presidential candidate Mills Hayes.
Current Wall Street Journal reporter and former reporter for the state, Valerie Berlon, made an appearance this past Wednesday at the School of Journalism to speak with students. Her speech was centered on business journalism and the important role that corporations play in our lives. She wanted students to truly understand the connection between business and journalism and know that they are more connected than most people realize. With Berlon's 13-year career at the Wall Street Journal, she was able to give students first-hand information on the true nature of this field. She stated, "There's a perception that business journalism is something separate from journalism. They're actually, to me, the same thing. A business story is a story, and every story has a business angle to it."
Governor Henry McMaster hosted a school safety summit in Columbia, South Carolina. Leaders in education, law enforcement, and mental health gathered to share ideas on how to better protect students. Governor McMaster says that the first step would be to place trained officers in every school. He also said that hiring trained officers would be, end quote, the most effective and least expensive way to provide safety for the children. Molly Spearman, the State Department of Education superintendent, proposed mental health training in schools so that the teachers and students can learn how to help children who may have signs of potential mental health issues.
A man was arrested today for stealing actress Frances McDormand's Oscar that she won last night in the category of Best Actress at the 90th Academy Awards. Los Angeles police have confirmed that Terry Bryant was arrested for grand theft after the award went missing from the governor's ball. The statue has since been returned to the Best Actress winner. The 47-year-old was booked and has bail set at $20,000. He will attend court at a future date.
Studies show that climate change could lower the quality of your coffee. According to Nature Plants, coffee growing areas are experiencing less rain and warmer temperatures. Coffee beans tend to ripen more slowly in cooler temperatures to preserve their flavor. However, warmer temperatures can cause coffee beans to lose their flavor because the beans are ripening too quickly. How does that affect us? Well, Ethiopia is the 5th largest coffee producer in the world, and the Ethiopian coffee farmers have already noticed changes in production. If temperatures continue to rise, the suitable land that coffee beans grow on could be cut in half by the year 2050.
After the break, we have Kelly Ann with the forecast and Jessica Lesson catching you up on Gamecock Sport.
Good evening and welcome back to Monday Night Mashup. I'm Kelly Ann, bringing you the weather. As you can see, it was 66 in Columbia today and 72 in Miami. And it's weird because it wasn't that different on the West Coast. As you can see, it was 72 in LA and 43 in Reno and 69 in Phoenix. So it wasn't that different on the West Coast as it was on the East Coast today. Now taking a look at our 7-day forecast. As you can see, tomorrow it's supposed to rain, 80% chance, so make sure you bring that umbrella and wear those rain boots. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it will be sunny, but unfortunately, starting our spring break, will be some rain, but returning back to 60 on Monday. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. When we come back from break, we're going to go to Jessica Lesson with sport.
I'm Jessica Lesson, and we had quite an exciting weekend full of Gamecock athletics and history being made. First, we will start off with our baseball team. Friday marked the beginning of the Carolina-Clemson series. The series started off at 7 p.m. at Founders Park. The game sold out at 8,242 tickets. The Gamecocks took the win with 3 runs, 6 hits, and only 1 error. They defeated the Clemson Tigers, who scored 2 runs, 2 hits, and had 2 errors. Game 2 of the series took place in Greenville, South Carolina, with Clemson winning with 5 runs and Carolina only having 1 run. Our final game of the series took place in Clemson at Doug Kingsmore Stadium, where Clemson was ahead 6-0 after only 4 innings, but the Gamecocks were resilient and would not give up without a fight. South Carolina came back and tied the score in the 9th inning to make it 7-7. Then Drew Warden hit an RBI triple off the wall in right field in the 9th inning to give the Tigers the walk-off victory and ending the game 8-7. Clemson earned the series win over South Carolina for the 4th consecutive season. Up next, our Carolina Gamecocks will play Appalachian State tomorrow in Charlotte, North Carolina at 6 p.m. On Saturday, March 3rd, the South Carolina Gamecocks men's basketball team played the Auburn Tigers. The Tigers won 79-70 at a sold-out Auburn arena. Earlier in the season, South Carolina matched up against Auburn and took the victory on February 17th with a score of 84-75. Saturday's loss means the Gamecocks are the number 11 seed and will play in Wednesday's first round in St. Louis versus Ole Miss. Tip-off will be at 9:30 p.m. and will air on the SEC network. This is the first time since 2015 that South Carolina has not received at least a first-round bye. In exciting news, South Carolina women's basketball played Mississippi State for the SEC Tournament Championship last night in Nashville, Tennessee. The Bulldogs were the top-seeded and undefeated team in the tournament. The Gamecocks' dominant performance upset the Bulldogs 62-51 and took home the conference tournament title. Our women's basketball team is the first team in SEC history to win 4 straight SEC tournament titles. 3 Gamecocks were named to the SEC All-Tournament team. Players Asia Wilson, Taisha Harris, and Micaiah Herbert Harrigan. Asia Wilson was also named the tournament's most outstanding player for the second time. Wilson is the Gamecocks' all-time leading scorer and 3-time SEC Player of the Year. South Carolina will learn its NCAA tournament seed on Monday, March 12th. Lots of groundbreaking accomplishments for our Gamecock athletics, and we wish them all the best moving forward. That's all I have for you this week for Gamecock Sports. For Monday Night Mashup, I'm Jessica Lesson.
Back from break with Vice Presidential candidate Mills Hayes. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Mills.
Well, hi. So my name is Mills Hayes, like you said. So a little bit about me. I come from student media background. I was actually the station manager of SGTV, so spent a lot of long nights in the studio right here. But yeah, I got to manage a 19-person executive staff, general staff of over 100. And I really got to get a feel for the university, right? So I got to interview student leaders and administrators and really get, the vibe and the story behind what the kind of story the university was trying to tell. So that's kind of, where I became so passionate about this university and got to know what it was all about. I'm a member of Greek Life here also. I'm a member of Zeta Tau Alpha, where I used to be the media chair, got to make some amazing videos, use my skill set that I got from student media there. And I was also co-Think Pink Philanthropy Week chair. And our philanthropy really means the world to me and to my family, so that was something they were really excited about. But yeah, I'm running for vice president alongside the search campaign with my very good friend Taylor Wright, which, if you guys didn't know, is actually your new student body president. So I'm very, very happy for him. Last Wednesday, we were so excited. It was just tears, right? Because we had been working on this campaign for 4 months. And Taylor's, like one of my best friends. So there's no one more deserving than that guy to be our president. He's going to do amazing things. So I'm so excited. But yeah, so that's a little bit about me, where I come from. My skill set's more in communications, really building relationships with people and asking those tough questions as a journalism major. So.
And can you tell us a little bit about your campaign?
Yeah, so Taylor and I, like I said, we ran a part of the Surge campaign. So we have worked really, really hard on some of our platform points. And I think my biggest passion there would be our whole idea behind accessibility. So we would go out to so many student organization visits and we would ask, hey guys, do you know what student government does? And we'd raise your hand if you know. And out of 100, even smaller groups like 20, only 1 or 2 hands would be raised. And that's crazy to me, because you should know as a student what your student government, the people who are supposed to be representing you, are doing for you. So that's something that, was eye-opening to me. And I want to bring this whole idea of accessibility and transparency to student government. I want people to know what student government is doing, and that's kind of where my communications background comes in. I want to make sure, we're posting weekly videos on social media, updating the student body on what we're doing, but also too, Taylor and I, we feel really passionate about requiring cabinet members to go out into the community to a different student organization or Greek chapter meeting each week, sitting down in the meeting, listening to what that community has to say, what kind of initiatives, events they're passionate about, and what kind of things they want student government to be working on. And just sit back and be like, hey guys, I'm from student government. Where do you see the partnership between your student organization and student government leading towards in the future? And just really, putting a face to student government, someone that they can count on and be held accountable. Taylor and I, we have a lot of other good ideas. You know, a lot of people, the biggest issue, parking, right?
Yes.
Right? Yes. So we've thought really hard about parking. You know, what can we do to solve this? So we really want to bring this app called Smart Parking. It's utilized at Clemson, and it allows you to look at this app on your phone before you even leave your house. There's cameras in the garages, and it'll relay that information to the app, so you could know if there's any spots available in Bull Street before you leave your house. So we're pumped about that. You know, that's something where, you know, you won't be late to class because you're looking for a parking spot. Another thing too that, you know, we worked really hard with our mental health team, you know, Katie Cohen, trying to look at how we can solve this issue on campus. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to reserve a counseling appointment online, but you actually have to call the counseling department. And, you know, for me personally, and, you know, a lot of people I've spoken to, that's something that's definitely held people back from, you know, asking for the help that they need. It's another roadblock on that way to help. And so we want to make sure that people can reserve an appointment online, and we want to really decrease that wait time so that students are able to see a counselor as soon as they need it, and they're going in there and getting the help that they can get as soon as possible. And, you know, really just creating, continuing the stigma-free USC around mental health, and making sure that students feel comfortable talking about mental health and talking about the tough conversations on campus. We want to make sure that we're an open book, you know. And we have a lot of amazing other platform ideas, and I think it's really going to take the two of us in office to make them happen. So, you know, I'm just hoping that I can join Taylor in office. You know, that's the goal right now.
Now tell us, why should students vote for you?
Well, me personally, why I think students should vote for me is I'm so passionate about this university. I spent 3 years covering this university just because I wanted to. You know, I thrive off of the energy of meeting new students on campus and getting to interview them and ask them about their experiences here. I love it. Like, I genuinely love sitting down, like yourselves are doing right now, interviewing me. Love to sit down and interview people and ask them, tell me about your experience. What has your USC experience looked like? And really look at how it's differed from mine, because we are such a diverse group here at USC. And, you know, we got to remember that. And that's something, you know, with the search campaign, we really want to be able to connect all areas of campus, all student organizations, all Greek lives, and just really, you know, build that connectivity and build that, you know, family and community on campus. And me, I think that I personally have that skill set. I come from a communications background. I enjoy talking to people, meeting new people. I, you know, have the skill set, but through video and social media, and that really we can bring to student government and make sure that student government initiatives are being heard, and that our students are being heard, and that we are taking that in consideration when we are out there doing those student government initiatives. So that's why I personally, you know, I think that I would make an amazing student body vice president. And if you guys gave me the chance, I promise I would prove you right. But I think, you know, with Taylor too, a part of the search campaign, you know, him and I work really well together, and we've built a team, a campaign team that works really well together. We're all so passionate about all of our ideas that we've drummed up over the past four months. And, you know, I can't really imagine anyone else in office with Taylor, because it's just like, I want to be there with him, and I want to make sure all of our ideas, you know, are happening. And I'm excited, despite whether or not I'm making it in there with him, he's going to do an awesome job. And USC is so lucky to have him as president. So I'm excited. But yeah, voting tomorrow, elections day are tomorrow, www.sc.edu/elections. But yeah, I'd be honored to be the next vice president. So.
Well, thank you so much for being a part of our show. We really enjoyed listening to your story.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, well, that's all we have for you guys this week on Monday Night Mashup.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter at SGTV News 4. From Monday Night Mashup, I'm Cleopatra Shabazz.
And I'm Dara Khalid. Have a great week, Carolina. Forever to thee.